Saw a beautiful rock. It's the most amazing thing I've seen today. Beautiful rock. So this is the Durango and Silverton narrow gauge railroad. Elevation 6,500 feet. Everybody's always talking about climbing 14ers. Well, I mean, you're one third the way there here, so check it out. At DNSG, so I'm thinking that's Durango and Silverton narrow gauge, spelled out perfectly. There's going to be one of the. Usually these buildings are circular, so I've seen some of my friends in Canada. They've shown me some of the ones that they have, and they usually revolve around a circular building, sort of like this one. That way they can keep the trains rolling in, and you can see far down that way there's more trains. Now, again, I think these are they still run, but the small gauge, you can see here, my feet, it's not super duper big. So, by the way, yes, I'm wearing one shoelace. But the narrow gauge is the most common one I've seen, especially from here to Arizona. It's the railways are extremely important to history because they helped expand to the west, which we thought was going to be basically impossible. I mean, ask the Donner Party how that went. The Denver and Rio Grande Railway was founded in 1870 under General William Jackson Palmer. We're talking a few years after the Civil War. So 3 feet between the rails. I think that's there's a standard gauge, and I don't remember what the gauges are, but and so right here it says in 1997 Bradshaw sold DNSG to First American Railways, and then as we know, the railways basically all got bought up by the same people. So let's go take a look. Narrow gauge railway. Man, that's so beautiful. I love that. Sort of, kind of. They got different locks for different ones. So there's Chicago Rock and Pacific Rock Island and Pacific, Missouri Pacific, Western Pacific, which would be where we've been, Northern Pacific, and they all have different little locks for each of the different railways. The Chief Santa Fe, you got some more Santa Fe Railroad. This is the railroad switch locks and keys shown in various display cases. The museum has a wide variety of railroad switch locks and keys, railroads, secure switches, signals, and buildings. Of course, with any kind of security, you're going to need big locks, you're going to need big chains, and you're going to need big keys. So this is pretty hardy looking lock. It's about the size of my hand, and then you can see up there there's even more. I think that might be the biggest one I've seen, though. The railroad spikes were often used to designate like brand new sites and stuff. So we got a Silverton Railroad spike here, Rio Grande Railroad, Silverton, Gladstone, Northerly, and of course, as soon as they got to the next location, they would usually set up and try and put a new spike in. It'd be a big ceremony. Red-tailed hawk. It says, look for them along fields and poles. Probably the most common hawk in North America. Usually preys on small animals. Bird, fish, that type of thing. That is, and those look like just common, like not meerkats, but around here, they got groundhogs even. What are they called? Prairie dogs. Otter, taxidermy. We got a fox. See how slender those things are. We get red ones around here as well. Apparently, that's gonna be a beaver. How much wood could woodchuck chuck? If woodchuck could chuck wood, and then of course, the formidable, beautiful, amazing bobcat. A lot of times these things will diverge and you'll have another railroad come to the crossing. This is where you would use the switch, and this switch is about my size. It's pretty large. I mean, this is gonna take some serious manpower to get switched over to the next rail, but I guess you're moving steel. So up here we have some more animals. Looks like some sort of longhorns. I got a tiny little bear up there. We got some let me see, some more bears. Not huge bears. I've seen bigger ones at Bullocks, but everything's bigger at Bullocks, I always say. That looks like an elk. Look at that masterpiece of nature. It says rhodite and quartz, but that green color, I think we've seen that at the Mineral Gem and Mineral Museum. And then you can see another narwhal tusk, not even close to the size we saw over at Bullocks, but it's still there, and it's in there with a bunch of other crustacean, or not crustacean, but shells. And then here we got rocks in the San Juans. We found some stuff that's similar to this quartzite, like silicate. The quartz petrified wood's going to be there, and then regular quartz is everywhere. Silverton, popular for its silver, but we also have iron deposits everywhere. And gold mining methods, like YouTube shorts for beginners. Expectoration or spitting on the floor of railway coaches is prohibited by law, and any person violating the same will be prosecuted. In case of necessary, use cup spitter at the end of the coach. Look, they've got actual spit jugs. That's amazing. Everybody needs a spit jug. Everybody. Oh, there's more animals. I walked right by a furnace. That's pretty cool, though. This one's called a roundhouse potbelly stove. And I believe minerals should go on top or something, and then you'd have the heat down here. It would get to the right temperature and boil down whatever you're working on. Crazy, because Pinkerton Detective Agency I actually did some work for under the brand Securitas Global now. And you can see there's a chip in there. It's got Doc Holliday and a little Derringer. You got some 6-shooters. Couple badges. What's that one say? Durango and Silverton. You got an actual one there. Absolutely gorgeous. And then a few photos of the Wild Bunch posse. This is after a train robbery in the late 1800s. Thing left to right, Bill Carver and Harvey Logan seated Harry Loganbaugh, the Sundance Kid, Ben Kilpatrick, the Tall Texan, and Butch Cassidy. Who can not know about Butch Cassidy? Oh, and then Wyatt Earp as well. It's crazy. Bro, it's like miniatures, bayonet. And then you got like bolt action rifles just right behind them. So, I mean, come down here. What is that? Like a revolving rifle? Oh, infantry rifle, Colt USA, 1860s. That's insane looking thing. And down here you got a authentic 1837 Indian war rifle. It's like flintlock. Sorry, too many video games. Crazy. World War I bugle U.S. cavalry. So before we had command and control, bugles, sounds, even back to the Native American times, they would have been used to either rally or communicate with each other. A large collection of World War II memorabilia. You got World War II carbine. You got a World War II frag grenade. World War II M1 Grand bayonet. Of course, you got some rank, and then also some war badges. There's a 45 automatic. And over here we have Soviet World War II 7.62 Mosin. I've never actually seen one of those in real life. There you can see where it would have had a attachment to go over your shoulder. And then, like I said, it's a weird mixture of miniatures and then also weaponry. I think it's a Geiger counter. Not positive. And that is a missile. So I think this is one of the few trains where actually allowed to go inside. And, oh my gosh, that's a cannon. Small cannon, but a pretty, sizable cannon. Cabooses were once an essential part of every train, providing a place for the train, the crew, sleep, eat, monitor progress, and the proper use of it was a rolling office, basically. So let's check out this rolling office, bro. Oh, snap, it's already better than some of the offices I've been in. Denver and Rio Grande Western Caboose. Built in 1886, this original DNRGW 050 caboose and the others owned by the DNSG NGRR have been a lot of duty of the decades. This is actually really nice considering, I mean, you got to remember over 100 years ago. This looks like maybe a kitchen. You got like stowage for sleeping. You got tiny bunks. I mean, these are smaller than a single. And then you've also got some chairs up here, I'm assuming, for in case somebody wanted to sleep, but there wasn't enough room for train men only. I'll tell you, I'm a train man. Brakes and railroad brakemen. Of course, obviously, that's going to be an important job because these things can get going. Ugh. Do you believe in ghosts? No. Apparently, if you want to pause and read that, you can. I'm not into ghosts and stuff like that. Okay, so this looks like it'd be more of an individual passenger area. So you got either 2 or 3 seats or a bed. And then up top, it also has a little lock up here that would drop down, and you'd have two, like basically like that, down the whole way. Now, I can't imagine it'd be a very wide passage. However, it's traveling in style for the day. And then back here, it looks like we got some extra stuff. This looks like a kitchen. Yeah, definitely a kitchen area. Maybe a working area where you would go clean clothes. If you needed to clean clothes, you would wash anything needed washed. Like stuff to eat on. Got some Winchester shotgun shells here, so obviously you never can't be too safe in the Southwest. And then we have this here indicating that maybe some poultry or some other kind of livestock would have been living here. Interesting, very interesting. I'll tell you. Like I said, not bad for late 1800s. Over 100 years ago. Long time. Thank y'all for revisiting history with me. I try and get you guys cool places. Sometimes I fail. Sometimes I fail to find the place. But today we are here at the train museum, and I'm excited to get it done. The Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad.